What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Laugh Podcast. We have a really great episode for you today. My name is Dom Fennison.
I'm Chanel West Coast, and I am going to introduce to you our amazing guest, Tonio Skits. He's an actor, comedian, musician, all-around talented guy, but most importantly, ladies, he wants you to know that he is an eligible single bachelor.
Thank you for that, Chanel. I did not tell you to say that.
He absolutely told us to say that before the podcast.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming today.
Hey, so we're in Miami. I feel like we've been here for a couple weeks. You've already kind of shown us around, showed us the ropes out here. How did you become so...
Well, if you mean by showing the ropes, almost died because Chanel was on a yacht with a gun, so... Yeah, I showed you guys around.
A shotgun that was bigger than she is.
No, but Tonio, I met you years ago, okay? You asked me to do a skit, and we did a funny skit together, and I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's hilarious. So obviously I've been following you for years since then, constantly laughing at your content.
And you crank them out, too. Like, I just started following you last week, and it's like every day is some fire, like... You're consistent. Yeah, how do you do that?
How do you?
Well, I mean, I'm one of they consider us the OGs from Vine. So I have content for days, and this is literally my job. You know, I film a lot, and I have a lot of ideas in my head, and I just got to release them. If not, I start going,
crazy.
So this isn't new to you. This is like something that you've been doing.
I started in Miami. I was in 2014. I was a nurse. I was working at Mercy Hospital. I was a registered nurse, and I started doing videos, and I just got really good at it. Well, what happened was I was dating someone, and I was with her for like 4.5 years, and she she cheated on me, and doing that put me in such a... I thought I was too smart to get cheated on. Like, you ain't gonna cheat on me, bitch. I know. And it happened, and it just put me in a dark place. And then I waited like a week for her to like contact me or like say like, yeah, I'm sorry. Instead, somebody sent me a picture of her with the dude in the Bahamas. I was in my aunt's garage, and the cable wasn't hooked up yet, so somebody told me about Instagram. So I'm on Instagram, and I saw a video. So shout out to Jessica Vanessa. And I made a video about me being cheated on. You know, I never tagged her or mentioned her name, but if you knew, you knew.
Right.
She found out. She's like, why are you talking shit? And so I made 9 more about her. I got really good at it, and I got over her through that process and just kept doing videos. And then all the people that would work together lived in L.A., so I went to my family. I'm like, hey, I want to move to LA. They're like, you're going to go shoot 15-second videos and leave a 6-figure income? I was like, yep. And sure enough, I did it. And within 3 months, I'm working with Kevin Hart. I landed a show on MTV called Wild 'N Out. I did 5 seasons on there. Shout out to Wild 'N Out, Nick Cannon. And then the rest is history. Now I'm on Chanel West Coast podcast. Bitch.
Yes.
Sick, man.
We love that. Dude, how did I forget you're on Wild 'N Out? It's like, I see so much of your content, just you on your page, that I almost like forgot about that, but that's really dope. I love Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is one of his specialties is discovering talent. And so it's like, if Nick Cannon's kind of gave you that like little stamp of approval that like, you're dope.
You got something going on. Yep.
Literally, like I auditioned for a Nick Cannon show when I just started Fantasy Factory, and Nick picked me for the role. It was a Nickelodeon show, but I couldn't do it because I was doing Fantasy Factory, and I had to turn down the role.
You turned down a Nick Cannon show?
Yes.
That's crazy.
I know. I was so sad about it. And so years later, I told Nick, I was like, yo, I want to tell you thank you for picking me for that role. And I'm so sorry I had to, pick the other thing. And he was like, listen, look at you. You picked the right thing. he's like, you're on TV 24/7. He understood, and he was respectful of it. But like, I love Nick Cannon. I did Wild 'N Out 1 episode, and it was like the funnest experience.
Wild 'N Out was one of the most craziest things you can. I mean, that changed me. Like, I'm able to do. I've done stand-ups because Wild 'N Out that experience to prepare for that and think on your head and just be and just do improv like that level. I was scared before every episode in my first season. Some of the second season, but I finally got used to it. And now, you know, I come from the streets, I have no problem. I go talk to a girl with no problem. You know, I've done stand-up. I did my stand-up career. I did like, I don't know, like 3 shows. 2 of them are on HBO right now. Me hosting other stand-up comedians or whatever. But anyways, Wild 'N Out just changed me forever. You know, my acting and just really taking life and just like, fuck you, I'm here, you know?
Yeah, I feel like being on a show like Wild 'N Out must just be like a comedic boot camp almost.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it conditions you to just be like on your feet. Yeah. No shame, no reservations. Yeah, like, just like go.
Do you feel like being on that show like made you be funnier?
It made me be funnier, quicker. I observe things differently. So yeah, I mean, the show changed me completely, and I love that show. And I was the first Latino on the show, so shout out to that.
Hey, shout out to him, repping for the Latinos. You already know.
What nationality are you?
Dominican, Puerto Rican. Hence the flags you see right here. Hence the flags.
Nice. Outside of Wild 'N Out, making your own content, do you see yourself, because I do you see yourself like producing content as well, like movies?
Yeah.
TV shows?
I write movies. Like I write, edit, direct, and shoot all my content. So now, you know, then I started telling my stories on a bigger platform and in short films. And now, you know, I'm writing feature films. I have a comedy movie called Mr. Social.
I feel like comedy's in a weird place right now, though, because, you know, like, when you just think of movies like Step Brothers, Napoleon Dynamite, like all those movies, they're not really getting made like that anymore.
Yo, I feel the same way.
It's a real thing.
I want to change that. Like, there's a lane for that. Like, those wholesome, funny movies that's just, you know, it's just funny.
Wholesome and funny, but also, let's be honest, we live in times now where you can't say anything, dude. Yeah. There's so many jokes in those wholesome, funny movies that aren't that wholesome, that are jokes that are like, you know, like shit people couldn't say these days because people might be like, oh, you're like sexist or racist or whatever. And it's like, I think a lot of things used to be taken more lighthearted back in the day, and you were able to say more things in a funny way. Whereas now, like, you know, there's things that, like, I used to be the type of person, I would just say shit like the craziest shit. Like, I was so blunt, and that's how I got on ridiculousness. Like, Rob met me, he was like, yo, this girl's crazy. She says the funniest shit. Like, just put her on the show. But over time, especially now, it's gotten to a point where it's like, dang, I can't just blurt things out the way I used to because somebody might be offended by that or whatever, you know, where it's just like real lighthearted, funny stuff. And I don't know if you deal with that at all. I'm curious to know if you do, because you're such an off-the-cuff person.
Yeah, like I feel like your content is so just like...
I really be testing the waters. I do. I haven't been canceled yet. So yeah. This might not age well. Repost this when I get canceled. But that's the thing about comedy, man. We need to keep that part of the rawness still intact. You know, I speak about current events. I did post there's a video that went viral. It's an old Diddy picture, and I photoshopped baby oil in there. It went super viral. I mean, it's funny. Like, doesn't mean I was at a Diddy party. Get my back blown out, you know?
See, but like, there's even some people who I think would be like, well, what about the victims? And it's like, yeah, okay, so maybe there's victims. We all don't know yet. The guy hasn't been considered guilty yet. That's number one. So we all don't know the true story yet. You know what I mean? So like, for you, when you posted that, I was cracking up. I was like, this is hilarious. Because you could tell, but like, obviously you photoshopped in the baby oil. That would be way too crazy if there was that picture that just existed, right? So like, I knew you photoshopped it, and I was like, oh, like, that's funny, you know?
I love that though. Like, I live for those types of posts where someone just goes there. You know what I mean? Because it's like, that's what comedy's all about. And that's really, you know, I feel like you can't just be so vanilla and like so basic about comedy. Like, sometimes you have to push that button. Yeah. And I appreciate that. I feel like that's the way I look at it, is like, I almost appreciate it when someone's willing to just like take that extra step.
Yeah, that is I will do it for us. I'll do it for you. I'll say the things you can't say. I just don't give a fuck.
Literally, I'm not joking. There's some things that I have ideas for that, like,
shoot it over this way. I'll do it.
And you know what? I'm gonna just send it to you. Like, take this one.
I got it. If it goes bad, I'm like, sponsored by Chanel.
No, don't put my name on it. No.
But you know, I think, man, it's just social media has a lot to do with that, because now everyone has an opinion, everyone has a voice. And, you know, before social media, if you were saying some wild shit, no one really knew about it. You know, it was easier to live those moments. And comedy, you know, even comedians now, when they get on stage, they have to be, you know, second guessing what they're going to say or their material.
Because someone's filming with their phone.
Dave Chappelle don't give a fuck.
He's immune, literally.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where you got to get to as a comedian, is like, you have your own fan base, like, to such an extent that, like, doesn't matter what you do, be canceled, you know?
He's definitely immune. I'm not immune to shit, so.
I like that though. Like, I feel like you have to be able, and that's like me in a nutshell. Like, I laugh off everything in life. Like, you know, like I've had some hard, dark stuff happen to me, and like people just see me laughing and smiling. I'm like, it's not because I'm constantly happy and haven't had anything bad happen. It's because I just like can make the best out of the shittiest situations and just roll with it.
That's
you know,
an amazing thing. I swear to God, I can picture Chanel at a funeral, and you'll hear her laugh from far away. Like, wait, what?
No, so.
No.
I had a story, like, let me just tell you. I had a friend from high school who passed away. And, you know, drugs. There's a lot of people I went to school with like that. It's like people, like, I'm from San Fernando Valley. You lived in the Valley when you lived in LA, in North Hollywood. A lot of people in the Valley, like, especially ones who come from actually better families, who kind of get lost and don't know what to do, like, they get into drugs. There's been a lot of people I went to high school with who sadly passed away from drugs. So I had a friend, and it was his funeral. It's a funny story from high school. Like, one time, me and some friends went to his house, and we were, you know, smoking some weed, and his parents were on a trip and came home early. Uh-huh. And I was the only girl there, which sounds terrible. I'm like a girl with like 3 boys, and we're like smoking a blunt. And he's like, I can't have a girl here. Get under the bed. And I was like, what? And he's like, get under the bed. I get under the bed, right? And I'm just like under the bed, you guys. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm about to get caught. And I'm just like high as hell. And he was a really funny person. His name was Mark. And his mom just comes in, and he must have had a face, right? So I'm under the bed, and his mom's like, what's going on? And he must have had some face, you know, and she's like, is there somebody under the bed?
Oh my God.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, don't look. And all of a sudden I just see the mom go, and I'm like, what up? And I go, hello. And she goes, who are you? And I'm like, hi, nice to meet you. And she's like, come out right now. And so it was like a funny thing, right? And so his mom was super sad, and it was a funeral, you know? And I'm like, how do I like lighten up the moment? And I wanted to make her smile happy. And I genuinely felt like if I brought up the story, she would laugh. And she had been crying all day. And I came up to her and I was like, hi. I was like, I don't know if you remember me. I was like, I'm like Mark's good friend. And I'm like, you met me years ago whenever I was under the bed hiding. And she just starts cracking up laughing. And it makes me almost want to cry. She just starts cracking up laughing. And she's like, oh my God, I remember that like yesterday. She's like, oh, Mark was always doing the stupidest things. And she's like always getting into trouble. And a bunch of people came up to me after, and they're like, dude, like that was so dope. Like to see her laugh and like, you know, and I'm like, that's like what life is about. It's like, this is a sad moment. And yeah, we're in this situation where everybody should be sad and like, and you know, just mourning Mark. But at the same time, like Mark was a funny guy. Mark would want people laughing at his funeral. And so I felt like that was the moment to just like bring up this funny story. And like his mom starts cracking up. And then next thing you know, I noticed more and more people more like happy, and like people started to get in a better mood, and it didn't seem as devastating after that. And I just feel like that's like life in a nutshell. It's like, sometimes you got to be that awkward person that says a joke to break the ice and to make people laugh when it's not a time when people should even be laughing. You know what I mean?
Oh, trust me, you know, I hope you guys don't ever have to go, but if in my funeral, I might have pranks happening. I promise you. You don't hear me talking. You'll be like, oh, y'all thought I was dead? Like, everybody.
No, your funeral, he's not even going to really be dead. You guys, no. Tonio's going to pop out the casket. Everybody's like, I know what he got us.
Be like, yo, my ex didn't show up. I knew that bitch would have. Damn. Real quick, since you were talking about that, my sister actually runs a nonprofit. We bring awareness to addiction, you know. I've never faced any loss because of addiction, but my sister's heavily in that foundation. So I just wanted to real quick just name the foundation real quick. I'm going to FaceTime her real quick because she kills me. But I make a video every year regarding that, so just bring awareness, because addiction is just, it's a crazy thing, and it's so easy to get on that. Rosie, real quick, I'm here with Chanel. Say hi to Chanel.
What's up? Hi, how are you?
We got into the topic about drug addiction or whatnot. Can you just speak about your foundation real quick? Just shout it out.
Oh, shout out to Delaware Valley Community Health. We are a nonprofit organization that does primary care with substance abuse. So we help everyone. We don't say no to anyone. Everyone that walks in the door will get seen. We help them get into rehab, into detox, and even getting on medication.
Thank you so
That's
much.
great.
Love you,
Love
bye.
that.
Hey,
Thank you.
Shout out to you. Amazing.
I had a bad motorcycle accident, right? As you can see,
Yeah.
Oh, is that where your scars from?
yeah, I broke my sternum, ribs, and then my spinal cord. Your spinal cord is divided into 3 parts, right? Your cervical, thoracic, and your lumbar. In my thoracic, T3, T4, I shattered it. During the operation, one of my lungs collapsed. I flatlined. I was gone. Brought me back, and I was on life support, and I was in a coma. On the 4th day, they gave my sister this paperwork called the proxy that gives her the right to pull the plug. But that same day, I snapped out of it, and I think like 28 days later, I walked out the hospital. No rehab needed.
No
Crazy.
way.
At home, recovering, I have a body cast on. They give me these pills and whatever. I'm like, okay, this is for pain. Take it. Bro, I was gone. I'm like, what is this? Morphine. My body was, my body needed it again. And it wasn't even the pain. I'm like, I didn't know. I took the second one. And that's when I realized, I'm like, yo, I'm depending on it.
Yeah.
I took the pills, flushed it down the toilet. I'm going to deal with the pain. I have my muscle relaxers. I deal with that. I went through withdrawals.
Yeah.
I was shaking. Like I'm at night. I feel cold, but I'm hot. I'm sweating, but I'm cold and I have shivers. It was the most insane thing ever. And I learned then how easy it is to get addicted to something and you didn't do nothing wrong.
There's so many people.
You had pain and it's bad. So yeah, if you guys ever experience that, please, shout out to my sister and, you're not alone. Seek help because them pills, man, will get to you.
No, there are so many people that develop addictions because of an injury and the medication they were prescribed or things like that. Or maybe they just take something to help ease their pain throughout some kind of process. And the next thing they know, they're dependent on it. So that's like it's a really crazy thing. And you really have to have a lot of discipline, an unrealistic amount of discipline to be able to just stop when your body becomes dependent on something like that.
Yeah, shout out to you for being able to stop taking, because like I remember like after my freaking lipo surgery, I needed these painkillers because I was in so much. I was literally like on the verge of like addicted, but like remember like I was like, okay, I got to wean down, like take a little less, and it's like I can't even imagine going through that recovery process without painkiller. But it's like, I get it. Some people, if they start taking it, they just don't want to stop. That's how it starts. And it's like, even talking about my friend Mark, like he, like a lot of the times too, it's like, it happens to funny, happy people. Mark was a funny, happy guy and just got into taking pills. And then it turned into doing other harder drugs. And it's like, sometimes it's just like, if you don't have that extra willpower, like it can take over you. And I think that that's also why we need more comedy in the world, more comedic movies, more comedic content, because that's the type of stuff that deters people from getting into that stuff. I really feel like that.
Well, even the story you told us about how you kind of started making your videos was from something that painful that had happened to you. Do you feel like comedy is kind of like empowering to you and almost like helped you cope with situations in your life? Oh
yeah, comedy always. Even when I was in middle school, I was in foster care during that time. And just being the funny guy made me feel like they will never know like what's going on. So if I'm making you laugh, okay, now I feel like, okay, I'm giving you something to be my friend, like, I just wanted to switch real quick. I know God has his favorites because, my man, why are you so symmetrical? Your face is so symmetrical. And I just asking God, like what were you thinking around that time? Give me that.
No.
You got a hairline and like.
Dude, we just had an interview with Tyson Beckford. I mean, I don't know.
Let's not talk about Tyson. Yeah, Chanel. Why would you have me? I don't know when you're airing this, but Chanel had me go after Tyson. Like. Who goes after Tyson?
Let me explain why. So because my boyfriend's a model and I see him constantly getting up super early for like model type stuff, I was like, oh, Tyson's probably like a morning guy because he's a model too. And I was like, Tonio, you give me more of the vibe, like maybe you sleep in a little later, but you actually...
I'm actually a morning guy.
You know what? You don't, because I've texted you at like 8 a.m. and you're like, what's up? I'm like, right away. I'm like, he's fired up. No, but you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it was just something about like, oh, he's like a model. He's like a healthy guy that wakes up early. Let's have him go first. You know what I mean?
You heard what she said, a healthy guy. Hey, Tyson, fuck you. I'm gonna be bigger than you one day. Watch.
Yo, you're so funny. No, but I love how you said that too. Let's bring up God for a second, because this isn't some religious podcast, but we are big on God. I believe in God. I believe in a higher power. We don't know what God is. I don't think he's like a little wizard in the clouds with like a wand.
God don't have, like, he has long hair. Like,
yeah, like, no.
God could
is
probably
an
be
energy.
bald. Like, he might have alopecia. God is God, you know? So.
No, but like, I love what you just said though. Like, it actually is true. And it's like, you said God has his favorites. I know you were just joking, but I do feel like that God does favor some people. And just hearing your story, I feel like, you know, and it's not even like some people are just more like special people or whatever, but like, I think it's like we go through life, and I've told you this recently, like the people who deal with all the shit that gets thrown at them the most, God favors those people because everybody deals with shit, right? But some people don't deal with it the right way. They become bitter assholes. They become rude to other people. We're the type of people, we deal with the shit that happens to us by just making a funny thing out of it and making it comedic and laughing and just moving forward in that way. And I really do feel like that's what I think. I think that like if you can deal with all of the crappy stuff that happens to you in a positive way and stay being a happy, nice person, those are genuinely the people that go the furthest, because God, I think, blesses those people. He's like, hey, all of you have dealt with shit. All of you have had a bad day. All of you have had a bad breakup. All of you have had this. But these people right here dealt with it so much better than the rest, and I'm going to keep blessing them because they didn't let all of this bad stuff that happened to them in life make them a bad person. And I think that that's what it is. It's like you keep this positive outlook after all the shit that happens to you, and God will favor you because there's other people out there who let it make them a horrible person, and that's why there's a lot of negative energy in the world, because bad things do happen to everybody. Everybody has a bad thing happen. One little bad thing happens throughout every single day. It's just a fact. It's like it could be like your coffee spills a little over the cup, or like what, just the dumbest things. Like something bad can happen every single day, but like it's literally the people that like don't let any of that get to them that end up like super blessed. That's what I've noticed.
I have a solution to all the bad things that happen every day, and it's easy and it works. Gratitude. I practice gratitude like I wake up, I'm like, yo, I'm lucky. I woke up. There's someone in the hospital right now begging for the opportunity you currently have. You know, I used to be that person in the hospital. I just wanted to walk. I just wanted to like talk to people and have friends, I just wanted to have normal stuff. Gratitude, man. Doesn't matter what's happening. You know, like, oh, my car broke down. You got a car. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just, you know, I got to go to this place. At least you get to go somewhere, you know? I come to my house, like, oh my God, I need more room. You got a house. You know what I'm saying? It's just perspective and gratitude. If you have gratitude, man, you could deal with anything. You know?
Yeah, I think perspective's so important. And also, if I told you right now, I'm going to give you $100 million, but you're not going to wake up tomorrow, do you still want it? It's like...
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, I want to wake up.
Right? So that means waking up tomorrow is worth more than $100 million. I feel like just by having that perspective, it makes you appreciate the life you have even more, because we all have these crazy goals, but sometimes just having another day on this earth is more valuable than any achievement.
Not sometimes.
I really,
all the time.
No, I'm really curious, and I want to ask you this too, because it's something I'm so fascinated about. There's like a whole show about it. So whenever you said you flatlined, that happened to my grandmother as well. And so my dad's side of the family is Jewish. Okay, just like story sidebar. My dad's mom had flatlined. It was like a bad surgery, lung cancer. They removed the wrong lung. This is like the craziest story. She got this huge lawsuit or settlement because of it. But she flatlined, and when she died, briefly, she said she saw Jesus. And she woke up from that and converted to being Christian from being Jewish. And she spent the remainder of her life trying to convert Jews to Christianity. So not to get extra deep here, but whenever that happened, did you have any experience that you remember where you like remember seeing God or like anything like that?
Yeah.
What was that experience?
I've never even told this story like publicly. I'm in ICU. And I remember I was away from myself. I'm watching myself. I see the breathing machine. I'm seeing myself. And then there's a kid next to me. He's a young black kid, low fade, and he's there too. And then him and I are conversing, like, but without moving our mouth. We're just talking. We're just communicating. It's just what it is, right? And then we just decide to like, hey, let's go out the room and, you know, see what's going on. So we leave. He goes to the right. I go to the left. When I get to my destination, it looked like a third world country. Like it's just like hills, and it just looked third world-ish, whatever. And then there was a being there. It was giving me female vibes, motherly care vibes, right? Because in that world, it's feelings and energy. It's hard to describe, right? And she basically just told me, hey, eat this. And I went and ate what she gave me. We went to the second location, and it was almost like instant. We got there. It's like, eat this. And by the third location, gave me something to eat. When I ate that, I woke up. I'm in the hospital. And I think it took me like a day or two. I'm remembering all this, and I'm like, let me tell my sister before I forget. My sister's there, and I tell her my story. She starts like, she looks at me crazy. She goes, we have been in this waiting room for you this whole time. And there was another family there. There's only 2 people assigned to every ICU room.
Yeah. And
I had spinal surgery. I'm laying down. I can't move.
Yeah.
I can't. In order for me, I would have to get up and look back. I described the kid I never saw, and that kid didn't make it. He was going to school. He got hit with a stray bullet. So he was in the same ICU room I was in, and I described the kid because my sister was there with the kid's family, and I described the kid that I never saw ever in my life. And that's how I know there's a spiritual world. There's something there that exists.
So
I
you
could
were
literally
essentially
cry hearing this.
I was
Sorry,
there.
So
crazy.
you were essentially passing away at the exact same time, but then you came back.
Or because
he went the other way.
He went one way. He didn't come with me. I don't know why. It's just what it is. And I went this way. And yeah, so I feel like it just wasn't my time, But yeah,
That's insane.
even
crazy.
to this day, I get goosebumps talking about that.
Yeah.
Because I described the kid I never saw. Crazy.
But he was right there in the same room with you.
Yeah.
That makes me, I'm so emotional. That makes me, I could cry. Like, that's so crazy. That's such a dope story. You got to tell that story more, because it's like, I'm so fascinated with that stuff, because it's like, it was such a big, like, my dad is a very religious man now. He's Christian. His whole family's Jewish. They all kind of look at him like he's crazy, And he's very much immersed in his Christianity because of that experience that his mom had. She literally said that she saw Jesus, and he said, Barbara, it is not your time. You need to believe in me, though. You're meant to believe in me. Something like along those lines. And she literally woke up and was like, I saw Jesus, and is telling her Jewish family this. They're like, what are you talking about? And she's like, no, I have to go and tell people what I saw. And she went and bought, because she got a settlement, because I told you they removed the wrong lung. She got this huge settlement. It's crazy. This has happened, though. There's been doctors who have done it. I saw a thing on Instagram the other day about a doctor who did the same thing. And with that settlement money, she went and bought a tour bus and just went around trying to convert as many people as she could to Christianity.
That's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. How much was the settlement for wrong lung? Because I'll definitely
That's worth more than just a van.
He's like, hey, you could take out something and give me some money.
I mean,
You're hilarious.
I'm gonna need more than just a tour bus for a lung.
Damn.
Yeah,
Where's she at right now?
She ended up passing away. So she passed away when I was little. But yeah, it's a really deep story, and it's something that's always sat with me. I grew up around so many different, my nanny who raised me was Italian and Catholic. So I went to Catholic church with her. And then my mom's family's Christian, and then my dad's family's Jewish, but then my dad's Christian. And so it's I was around so many different religions. I never really, I always believed in God and very spiritual person, but I just didn't know okay, what's the right thing to believe, And in a weird way, I feel like that's just knowing that story. It's always guided me a little bit more towards Christianity. But at the same time, I feel like I said, I feel like God is just an energy that's within us. And I think that religion does divide people a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. We getting off all deep here. But
I wonder which religion is going to get roasted once we all get to where we go and we find out you were wrong. Roast the hell out of it. You used to wear this, and you used to believe this, and that's going to be crazy.
Or we get up to heaven or the afterlife, and they're like, ha, there is no religion. Y'all are all the same, and we're fighting over nothing, wasting your whole life there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the real catch-22 about religion in general, because it's if, let's just say one is correct, well, if you're able to be converted from yours to another, then you weren't a true believer in yours. So it's almost it's a very difficult subject, because if you have true belief in whatever your belief system is, then you can't be converted. But then what if they're wrong? That's wild.
It's crazy, right?
He's smart and he's pretty. Damn. It's crazy.
I lucked out. I lucked out. No, I already told you. I won't blast you, babe. People always ask me all the time, "What's the catch with Dom?" They're like, "There has to be a catch." Like, he doesn't want me to blast him, but I have to just. He snores, and he snores loud. He snores.
I knew there was something wrong. You snore?
It's a loud one, and it's like the type like I'll wake up. It's like like that, and I will literally wake up from it, and I'm like, oh my, did I just like I'll wake up and be like, why am I awake? And then I hear him, and I'm like, and I'll just go. And like push him a little, and then he's like, and like kind of stops, but I'm like. That's
Dude,
the catch.
You heard my grandpa snore?
He's beautiful, but I don't sleep because of the baby and his snoring.
Yo, real quick though, I've been upset that I never got invited to Ridiculousness.
Oh my gosh!
I always wanted to be on that show, and I told Justina about it, you know, and then she's on the show, which even I'm gonna call her ass right.
I could totally, I haven't been on the show for 2 years now. I could definitely hit up the producer and refer you. I'll do that for you.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think they would. I think they would love you. I have to be honest. It's a hard process of how because I've tried to refer a ton of friends. You know what I mean? Let's just say nobody listens to me over there, so
Yeah, I'm sure they're listening now. Anyways, watch Chanel's West Coast new show on MTV.
Yep, the West Coast Hustle, baby.
Why y'all did it at the same time? That was very cutesy.
Thank you, very cutesy. Yeah. I know. Listen, I need to talk to you about a few things. You are a single man.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like social media has made dating easier or harder for you? Because let's be honest, social media makes girls a little crazy these days. So do you think that it makes it easier to meet people, but harder to be trusted?
Yeah, that's exactly the combination. It's easier to meet people, but it's harder to be trusted. Yes, everything comes with its pros and cons. It's just everything. Let's just get to it. What's up with these girls at OnlyFans in Miami? How about that? Let's just talk about that. Almost every girl, I'll meet a girl. I'm like, yo, you check all the boxes. Then go on her social media link. I'm like, yo, what do you and they'll be the most outspoken ones, like, yo, I want a man, he need to protect me, provide. But for $3.99, you over here, like what? Like what? You expect the man to protect and provide, and at his wedding, everybody done seen your dick for $2.99, everybody in the back here done seen everything that I'm about to, marry to, like I'm about to sign a contract for, like.
No, I know. It's not just here.
Trust me, like.
Trust me. Respect me.
That's tough, man. That's that's the era we live in, though, and I feel bad for people because it's almost like the stage has been set for that. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's
we
just so
incentivize
easy.
it.
No, it's so easy. It's like, let's be real. Like if a girl is pretty and they know that they can make money that easily.
Why would you go work a whack job?
I be playing around. I don't judge them. It's all good, but I ain't gonna marry you. Like
that's the trade-off.
And I'm cool with that. So now, regarding the question, social media dating, right? So it's easier to find people. It can backfire on anyone. For example, I remember since I became a public figure, it was my first relationship, right? This girl I was dating, and she had maybe 2,000 followers, right? Perfect. If you got anything more than that, whatever. Perfect. And by the time we finished dating, she had like almost 60 or 70,000 because all those people came from me. Now, this is where it backfired. One day, she's like, oh, Tony, I'm going to go, one of my homegirls is from out of town is in. I'm going to go outside, my homegirl. I'm like, yo, have fun, do your thing. The next day, she calls me, yo, what's up? I'm like, it was great, yo, we had fun. I didn't even drink. Oh, okay, cool. I get in my DMs, and I promise you, 15 to 20 messages, pictures, videos of my fans of her with another guy in her breast in the club. They're sending me different angles. It was the most embarrassing thing ever. But they knew that was my girl because this was my first time dating someone
like publicly,
on social media publicly. Because I work with all these beautiful women. I know the first thing, I'm like, yo, she might think I'm doing this and that. So I would always post her. There was weekly posts of her, of us, her. Or if I'm working with a girl, she's either there or I'll FaceTime her, babe, I'm with so-and-so, hey, say hi to my girl. Okay, cool. I'll do my video and whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was my first time trying to maneuver, manage how to make sure I'm aware or mindful of her feelings or, whatever. So I would always post her. But that backfired on her because her Instagram got bigger, and they saw her in the club, and they just, look at this. Sent it to Tonio, and it was.
In a weird way, though, that's one thing I have to say as a girl. That's one thing I love about social media these days.
Oh, you can do.
First of all,
your detective investigation.
I'm the number one detective. Number one. But that's what I love, though. In a weird way, it's like, it's kind of great because, like, you have to be, like, dating, like, the dumbest person alive to, like, to do anything that exposes themselves on social media type thing. Like, right? Like, so it's like with social media, it should actually be a little easier to kind of trust, because it's like, if somebody, like you said, if somebody's going to go out and be at the club, somebody's going to see it. Somebody's going to capture it. So it's like, you almost can't cheat these days if you're any sort of influencer or any sort of person that has a following, because so many people are going to see and capture. And so it almost gives me like a sense of like, like us, we're on a TV show. I mean, I don't know what your plans are, but like if you went and cheated and somebody was like, hey, that's Dom who's with Chanel, like it'd be pretty dumb. You know what I mean? And so it almost makes me feel like more secure about him going out. Like, he's not going to be that stupid.
I could see the headline, Dom with the perfect hairline was caught in Miami with big booty Latina that has OnlyFans. No,
it would be a skinny girl with no ass. Sorry, you know what that's made. We know your type.
Dom? Would you like to say anything, Dom, about that?
No.
Okay, good. Smart man. That's usually my rebuttal when I'm on a date with a girl and she's like, yeah, I don't know, because, you work with all these girls or, you have social media. I'm like, but you have more access to me than some guy that's your neighbor. You know nothing about him. You're going to have to check that man's hard drives because he probably got little kids and something like that. But you know everything about me. You could Google me. You know exactly what's going on with me. You know where I'm at. You know who I'm talking to.
I love that you're saying this because I'm the same, dude. I'm the type of person, like, I post everything I freaking do. I don't got nothing to hide. To me, if somebody like doesn't have social media and like isn't posting, and I know a couple people who are very sneaky and they're those type of people, and it makes me, it's like we live in an era of like, you want to show off like what you're doing, like not even show off, but like if you never post anything you do in your life, you're sneaky. That's my opinion.
Behind you on that. You're sneaky as fuck.
That's how I feel. I agree with you. Like, it's like some people will be like, oh, like, yeah, like I scored the jackpot. Like they don't have they don't have an Instagram, or like their page is private with only 1,000 followers. It's like, I'd be more concerned. What are they hiding?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you agree a little bit?
Yeah.
How many private pages you got, Dom?
None. It's definitely has changed the way that things are. Yeah.
He's deep in his thoughts. I don't know where he went.
Just kind of.
Dom's like, damn, let me get rid of my pages.
I was just like, I love that we're on TV together. It gives me a great means of control.
Oh my God, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. My point is that, like these days, I think everything is just so out there that like you have to kind of be an idiot to cheat in this era. That's how I feel. That's probably why Cheaters isn't as poppin' as it used to be.
No. No.
You know what I mean?
They used to have a show called Cheaters. That's gone.
Oh, wait, is that like an Instagram page?
You don't know the show Cheaters?
No, the show Cheaters on TV network. No. It's called Cheaters. Cheaters.
It is deep.
Today we have Jason.
Is it like To Catch a Predator or something?
It's like, but To Catch a Cheater. And it's like, dude, there's been some I've seen a couple, and it's like the funniest shit. Like they'll like run up, and it's like the, like the black, like the nighttime cam or whatever. And it's like they'll run up on a jacuzzi, and it's a guy like,
so like, what are you doing here? What are these people doing here? Why are you doing this?
And his wife will be there, and she's like, who's this girl? Who's this girl? And the girl's like, who are you? And it's like, dude.
I'm amazed nobody got shot.
Then she's like dragging the girl out of the jacuzzi. Yeah. Cheaters is pretty epic.
Oh man, we'll have to watch an episode. Sometimes it makes me cringe though. Like even when it's justified, like for instance, like To Catch a Predator or something, where it's like, this is like an awful person. It's like I still can't help but cringe, like watching someone. Like I feel the uncomfortableness of the situation. You know what I mean? It's like,
Hey, Justina, you may have done ridiculousness before me, but I did Chanel's podcast before you.
What's up?
Bam. There you go.
Hi, Justina. I love you.
Hey, sis.
We just saw her, We just saw you 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Hey, Dom.
You gotta come on the podcast soon.
You know, they put all the crazy white bitches right in a row.
Angelina was the craziest though.
What's going on?
Yo, we
in
love
the ratchet
you.
white bitch section.
The what?
I said we in the ratchet white bitch section. They put us, like,
Yo,
far
that's so
enough
funny.
from, like Taylor Swift, and then Angelina was telling all the security guard that Taylor Swift wanted a picture with her, and me and Chanel were like, ugh.
We were like, oh, are we with her at this moment?
It almost worked. Props
Yeah.
to her for the bravery.
Yo,
That was so
we love
funny.
you, boo. I gotta have you on the podcast soon.
Yeah, after me.
For
After me.
sure. After you, Tonio, that's all good.
And also, I just want to say, Beyonce, you have an amazing album. I just want to make sure we get that out the way. All right, cool. Bye. Love you. Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
Justina.
bye, sis. Bye, Dom.
Later.
You're so funny. We have to have Justina on
Do
too.
you not know what's going on TikTok with the whole Beyonce thing?
What's
No.
going on?
Oh, you guys are asleep. I bet. So this is going on. Basically, people are now like, when Beyonce is, when there's an award show going on and she is one of the mentions that can possibly win the award or whatever, if she doesn't win, whoever does win, they make sure to thank Beyonce. They can have an everlasting career. So TikTok took that and ran with it. So now whenever someone's doing something, they thank Beyonce because they don't want this thing, whatever it is, to go away. So then Jojo Siwa, right? You know who Jojo is? Whatever. Jojo went on national TV on an award show and thanked Beyonce. She ran with the whole TikTok thing. And she said, hey, real quick, I just want to thank Beyonce. I don't want nothing to happen to the dance community. Bye. And went crazy. That was the first funniest thing she's ever said. Anyway. Hey, Jojo, so I just wanted to thank Beyonce now that we're here, because I want your show to continue going. So.
Oh my God. Well, you were just at dinner with her, right?
Yeah, I just
With
went
who?
to a dinner with JoJo Siwa. She was super sweet.
Yeah?
Super sweet girl.
How
yeah.
tall is she?
She's not tall.
She seems tall to me.
You know what it is? It's that we think of her in our head as still like a little kid in like the little rainbow outfits, and it's like she's literally like 20 years old or something now. And
She's 20?
something like that. She's like normal height, you know, like probably like 5'7" or something. I'm short, so to me, like anybody taller than me is normal height.
Hey, Dom, do you have to let her know when it's going to rain? 'Cause she
yeah.
the last one to know about it. It's about to rain.
I get a heads up way before her.
He has to do a lot for me. The most annoying thing about being short is he hides all of the good snacks on the high shelves. And I'll be like, "Where's the?" I'll be like, "Where's the chocolate?" And it's like he comes and he like grabs it, and I'm like, "Dude, like, are you trying to just keep me skinny? Is that why we're hiding all of the goodies?"
There will be like
petty.
4 bars of chocolate she don't even know about. You know what I mean?
Just
That's
on the top shelf.
Yeah.
Dude, but it's also annoying though, because she'll be looking for something in the fridge and she'll be like, "Where's the coffee creamer? I can't find it." And it's literally like on the shelf that's right here. It's like she won't even look up this far. She's like, if it's not on her eye level, it doesn't exist.
You should get a camera glasses so we can see the world from your perspective and just walk around all day and show us.
I think about that sometimes. Like, your height genuinely affects the way you even perceive the world, and that's kind of trips me out.
No, it trips me out because I've wore heels before that were like super, super tall. And like when I'm at that level, I literally feel, I'm like, yo, like the world is different from here. Like it's crazy. It's like, this is what I wonder about being a taller person is like, I feel like I'm closer to the ground, so I don't have to like look at it as much. Like say you're walking, especially on those LA sidewalks where it's fucking bumps and cracks everywhere. You kind of got to watch where you're walking. But I feel like I'm a little closer, so I don't have to like look at the ground as much. And I feel like when you're tall, like you're so much further that it's not as much in your peripheral. So I feel like when you're taller, if it's like a messed up street, like you have to look down as you're walking so you don't trip.
Yeah.
Is that true?
This is true. This is true.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
How tall are you?
5'11".
That's a normal. Oh my God. Did you see the skit that one fucking funny guy did about how guys who are 5'11" act?
No.
You need to see it. You will crack up. It is so funny. It's like
It's a messed up place to be because we're not 6 foot.
it's like the whole
And
skit.
all women want everything. I'm an inch away from being wanted by most women. Like,
The whole skit, the dude's like, he's like, it's like him impersonating talking to his boy, like, and he's like, how tall are you, man? And he's like, I'm like 6 foot. And his friend's like, No, bro, I think you're like 5'11", because like I'm 6 foot and you're definitely like an inch shorter than me. And then it's like, it's just all these scenarios of a guy who's 5'11", like avoiding saying he's 5'11" and trying to say he's 6 feet. It is the funniest. I'll send it to you.
Nah, but I got something for these bitches now. I just ordered some white shoes with a 3-inch. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
About to fuck the game up. Well, I'm walking in the club like I don't even want you. Like 6'2", bitch.
That's
Well,
the thing,
I'ma
as a
record it.
guy,
Come on,
get some taller shoes. That's
Yeah, that's it. Y'all could do it. Shit, y'all get taller. Y'all get makeup. I'm going to be fake tall, too.
Wait, can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
So you were a nurse.
Yeah.
And I just joked about this. So like I am constantly, I'm not like a doomsday prepper, but I'm constantly like just imagining like if like some shit were about to go down, like apocalypse, Civil War vibes, like, and I always say, I'm like, dude, we need to know a dentist and a nurse, because like if shit got crazy, I got veneers,
Tonio
bro.
has multiple values. In the apocalypse, you can make people laugh, and you can give them medical attention.
Yeah, you're right.
No, but
That
like,
gives you a lot of value.
do you ever
you
think
need to
about
lead
that?
with that when you're dating.
Like, do you ever think like, damn, like if shit went down, like I would go from entertaining people to like having to save lives.
No, Chanel. Us regular people do not think like that. The only thing I think about is which one of my friends has guns that we're going to go over there. Other than that, Chanel, we do not think about things like that. I don't know why you're like this.
I don't know why I'm like it either. He knows. I've told you the story. When I was little, you guys are gonna, you know the story. I don't know why. This was my obsession with my Barbies, okay? I had 2 Barbie houses and like a little Barbie Jeep or whatever, and my obsession with, this is the only game, I'm not joking, that I would play with my Barbies. I'd be like, oh my God. And I think it's because at that time it was like the movie Twister came out, like Deep Impact, like all these like natural disaster movies.
Deep Impact. That's
Remember
old.
that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that made me, I just aged myself there. But just a little. But like, all I would do is I'd tell the Barbies, I'm like, okay, we got to, like, if the hurricane's about to come, we have to hurry up and load everything into the Jeep and get to the other Barbie house now. And it was like an obsession. And I'd like set like a little timer, and I'd try to pack up everything in the Barbie house and shove it in the Barbie Jeep. And I'd be like, come on, let's go. We got to get out of here in time. And then I would like push down the Barbie house, and it'd be like falling, like, whoa. And I'd be like, we're going to make it. And this was my favorite game to play as a kid. So I like have like,
This is why our house has a bomb shelter. She's been a doomsday prepper since she was a kid.
Yeah, and like that was my favorite game to play with my Barbies, is like trying to get them to safety as fast as possible, and they would always make it in time. So like,
what the fuck just happened? I pictured this whole thing. I saw the wind, the craziness.
You saw the Barbies like, no.
I think you were, I think you were like one thing away from just losing it. And you're right there at the cusp.
Oh, you have no idea.
I feel it.
Just a little bit. Just a little crazy.
So they all made it, though.
They all made it. But yeah, like I don't know what it is. It's always been a thing that I think about a lot. And like, I'm not joking. The second he said that he used to be a nurse, I was like, Tonio's. I literally in my head was like, Tonio's coming with us in the apocalypse. You're going to be on the list to come to our doomsday, our shelter.
Having skills is important.
Yeah.
You know? You gotta have some skills.
Do you think, what's his name that created Facebook?
Mark Zuckerberg.
You think Mark Zuckerberg thinks the way you think? Because he does have a huge underground home that he is building in Hawaii.
That's the bunker
Of
you
all
want to be
places,
in right there.
But why Hawaii? It's away from everything.
Yeah.
Like, he knows something we don't.
That's what I feel.
Here's my thing, though. Okay, you're away from everything, so yeah, you're probably safe. But where are you going to get food from? I mean, you could stock up on some things, but you have...
Well, they grow, like in Hawaii, they're freaking growing every fruit you can think
fish.
of. They got fish.
They can go fishing. Well, in the bunker, and you're not going to get fish.
They got a ton of pigs there.
I guess if you have a big enough property, you can just kind of homestead it, I guess.
I just want to know what Mark's doing. Like, somebody need to talk to him.
Nah, but like him, that's one of the things. Like even just hearing that Mark Zuckerberg is building this doomsday shelter makes me think more about it, you know?
It makes me think he might be related to you. You guys share some type of siblings somehow. Yeah.
We're secretly reptilians. Just kidding.
Just cut this out. Are you? I know. But I swear to God, I do think there's aliens out here just chilling.
Do you believe in the reptilians and shit?
Not the reptilians. Well, maybe, because I'd seen some weird stuff. Like, I think my ex is a reptilian, ain't gonna lie.
No, like, I don't know exactly like what they are, but I've heard of reptilians or whatever. And I've seen a few people that like their face, dude, Mark Zuckerberg low-key looks like one of them. Like their faces change so much. And you're like, why does this person look like a lizard now? And I think that those are the reptilians.
How come they don't ever talk about regular people like that? Like just regular people. Why all the famous people have to be these alien things? Or
I know, right?
If I ever, I hope the day they start talking about me, like, yo, Tonio might be. I mean, I made it.
Yeah, right.
I'm out there. I'm invited to the Diddy party. Wait, my bad. I got ahead of myself. My bad.
I hate to say, like, before all of this, like, making it to a Diddy party was like a sign of like, I made it in like the entertainment industry. It was like, oh shit, you at Diddy's party? Like, I remember one time waiting outside of a Diddy party here in Miami, and me and my friends were waiting so long, and it was just like taking forever. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm not gonna wait any longer. And like low key, I'm like, dang, like, did I dodge a bullet? Like, I don't know.
It just reminded me. I ran into you, kind of. And but then I found out about what happened that night through social media. I was leaving, it was in LA, I was leaving this club. What's the name of this club? Something happened, and then you were outside. I ran by you, I said hi, but you were in like mode, like she was on that mode. And then when I came up on social media, damn, what's the name of this?
Oh my God, One Oak. It's when I got in trouble out of One Oak. So I didn't. It's a long story.
Yeah.
It's like the craziest story, but I would love to tell you because you happened to see me that night. And I don't remember.
I saw you that night, and I said hi, and I don't know if you saw me or not, but you were just like, I think you saw me, but you were in there like, all right, actually, let me let her do her thing.
Okay, so let me just, very long story short. So I get a table that night. What's crazy is that day, too, I had auditioned for some movie Marlon Wayans was doing. It was like 50 Shades of Black. It was like the spoof of 50 Shades of Grey. Did you ever see that?
Yes.
And I had auditioned that day, and I auditioned to be the ratchet white girl, okay? And so, like, I like kind of wore an outfit that was like, I'm a ratchet white girl, like, and I went straight to my friend's house after, and two of my friends had just moved back from New York. So the girls were like, oh, like, you had a successful, like, audition. They just came back from New York, like, let's all go out and turn up. I was like, say less. I got a plug at One Oak. I'm going to get us a table. I hit my plug, who happens to be one of the owners of One Oak. I get a table, and I just want to say this. I've been spilled on so many times at the club, and like, yeah, it's super annoying, but like, you don't try to get the person kicked out. You're just like, hey, like, back up. So I accidentally spill on a girl next to me. And, like, this person, like, I don't know how she escalated it to the level she did. Next thing you know, I have security coming up to me telling me that I need to leave. And I said, no, this is my table. And I said, I'm not I literally was like, I'm not leaving my table. Like, I was like, no, you need to talk to the owner of the club. Like, da-da-da. And, like, this guy just, like, refuses to listen to me. Like, it's like, you obviously didn't know who I am, or, like, that I know the owner or whatever. He literally physically picks me up, which I'm like, why are you touching me? Takes me out of the club, and these are some shitty friends I had too. Half the friends stayed at the table. I'm like, I got these girls the table.
Bro.
And I had one smart friend who came out with me, and one genuine friend who came out with me. And long story short, next thing you know, oh my God, this is the craziest thing. So an Uber comes up, and we tell him he has to make 2 stops to drop off me and the friend who had like left with me, right? And he's like, no, we're not going to make 2 stops. And I'm like fired up. And I was like, what do you mean you're not going to make 2 stops? Like, you're already here. Da-da-da. And so I'm just pissed. And I have, the mini bottles of water. And I'm like, man, and I chuck it at his car, right? As he drives off. I'm just pissed. I'm like, what do you mean you're not going to take us? Like, I was so embarrassed already getting kicked out. So I was like, now I'm even more embarrassed that my Uber's like not taking me in the car, And so I take the little bottle and I chuck it at the fucking car. And he drives off. And this dude comes up to me and like starts like going like, oh, you just threw a bottle in the car. And I was like, what? And he's dressed like a normal, like security, like a normal person type thing. And I said, get the fuck off me. And this guy grabs me and he's like, you're under arrest for assaulting a police officer. Swear to God. And I go, what is going on right now? I'm like, you're a police officer. I didn't even assault you. Like, what are you saying? This person was like, just like, it's one of these situations where it's a person that just like thought it was like really like fun to like fuck with somebody type thing, And so next thing you know, it's like being filmed by TMZ, most embarrassing moment of my life. I didn't even get arrested. I didn't even break any law. I didn't do anything wrong. I literally had some crazy girl complain because my drink with cranberry got on her like white outfit. That turned into like one of the biggest TMZ moments of my life. And it's like, it's so insane because it's like, I literally was like an innocent bystander just at a table trying to, I remember I was listening to Rihanna right when it happened. And like the guy came up to me, I was like, no, hold up. I think it was Rude Boy too. Cause I remember like, oh, hold up, Rude Boy. Like, don't touch me. And like, yeah, it was crazy. And I think it's so funny that you saw me outside and got to like witness that kind of firsthand. Do you know what my co-star from Ridiculousness, Sterling, did? Sterling made T-shirts, and it was a picture of me with my... And he made T-shirts of it.
That's what TMZ had posted?
And yes, and he brought them to me at Ridiculousness, and like I still have the shirts. They're really funny.
You know, I was working on TMZ for, I did a whole show on TMZ. It's TMZ Hip Hop.
Really?
We filmed it in the actual studio.
What happened to it? They're not doing it anymore?
Yeah, they didn't renew it, but we did a whole show. We had like 4 co-hosts. And anything, because it made sense, right? When they're speaking of the culture, they should have people from the culture to speak, not just these 2 white guys. Oh, well, not what's his name? He's not white. He's black. But like,
he's the light-skinned guy with the dreads.
Yeah, he's not.
He's pretty white.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, so yeah, these 2 white guys. But anyway, so they had us, and the show was good. We were interviewing rappers, anything that had to do with hip hop. Kanye news came up. We were the first one, break it down. But yeah, shout out TMZ. Except the fact that, you posted her like...
Yeah, cause it's like, shout out to TMZ though, for real, because they have filmed a few really great moments in my life. There's been lots of positive press with TMZ, but then there was like these like, I've had like 2 specific bad moments that involved being outside of a club. But in my opinion, I genuinely, like I said, I believe in God. I think this was like, for me... looking from an outside perspective, like I don't care what anybody thinks of me. Like if you're going to judge me by literally added the 2 clips together, made 60 seconds of 36 years of my life. Like if you're going to judge me off that, then you're a pea brain, But yeah, I feel like those moments were just kind of to teach me a lesson like, hey, you have way better things to do than be at the club. And I do. And since those days, I literally will only show up to a club or be there if I'm paid to be there. If it's a friend's birthday, like some sort of like nice event I was invited to, but like you will not catch my ass at just any regular club night.
I feel like God is speaking to me through you because I am going to the club tonight and Wednesday and Thursday. So it's Billboard week. So Miami's lit right now.
Oh, it is? Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's Latin Billboard week. Yeah, it started yesterday. So there's a lot of artists out here, performances. It gets lit.
Dang. See, we need to have our condo available already.
I know. But
sorry about that. I can't relate.
No, but you know what though? Like it's like you are the perfect person for still being able to like network at the club. I feel like, like you strike me as that person. Like I think sometimes like. I just can't, like, trying to yell over the music in the club is not my vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. Yeah. Like, I already am, like, slightly going deaf because my mom blasted heavy metal music my whole childhood. So, like, I don't want to have to sit there and yell all night, Like, I feel like for some reason I could see you still being able to, like, talk over the madness and, like...
Yeah. I mean, I'll go out, they find me, we'll network, get some things done. I get meet people, and I get brand deals. This one time, I went to this club Centro. I didn't even want to go. He wanted, let's go. And then my homeboy's there, and like he's talking to some girl. He was supposed to be talking to her, but she's like ignoring him, whatever. And then she starts talking to me, and like, okay. And then I guess Instagrams was passed down or whatever. And then the next day she DMs me like, yo, I work for this this company. They're looking for promo. It was a $30,000 deal. I'm like, nope, let's go.
Nice. See,
random as hell.
That's the one good thing about going out. I tell you the story all the time. Like this one time I'm at Coachella. It's like the 3rd day of Coachella. Like the day you're like, I don't care about the parties anymore. You know what I'm saying? And my friend's like, we gotta go to this party. I was like, oh my God. Like I just want to go straight to the festival. I'm so sick of like jumping around to 8,000 parties. We go to this party. I get there, and I'm just like dead. I'm like, okay. And I look and I see this like older couple, and I instantly say they own the brand that's throwing this party, right? So I'm just like, I'm gonna walk over to the next thing I actually need to hit up the owner. He just hit me up when he saw that I had a new TV show. Long story short, I talk to them, him and his wife. They own this brand called Glossy Pops. Shout out to Glossy Pops. And we end up making friends, and they're like, oh my God, like we love your whole vibe, da-da-da. Like I tell them I'm on TV. Like they're not super familiar, but then like kind of like learn who I am. Long story short, same thing. I got an endorsement deal out of it. I can't even remember the exact amount. It was like 20 grand or something. And It was a very easy deal too. And I'm like, yo, like that's the one great thing about going to the club on these type of weeks or going to Coachella parties or whatever. It's like, yeah, like some people there are a hot mess and just there to party. But like if you know how to utilize this time and if you know how to speak up to the right people, you can make the best connections ever.
Yep.
That's the only reason I like to go out still. Like we'll go to red carpet events and like I literally, he knows. I'm like, I don't even want to go. But like once we're there, we tend to always make some sort of connection, right?
Yeah,
Like,
you know,
always.
it's like sometimes you just gotta do it, you know? It's like a part of the game nowadays, you know, because social media has really opened things up, but there's still nothing like that, like face-to-face contact and just getting someone's information and just relating to them like on an actual person-to-person level, you know? You can DM somebody, but it doesn't have the same effect as like a real, genuine conversation.
But if you do a DM the right way, like I think you DM'd me in the first place to do a skit.
Yeah.
And like it was just to the point, like you came off funny even in the, and I was like,
it's like I get most of my people I just DM, say, yo, this is what it is. Certain people, I'll describe what it is because they got such a strong brand. I want them to be like, I'm aware and we'll do this. Like, you know, ain't no twerking over here. You good. Like, like you know.
yeah, so you just shoot your shot.
Yeah, you shoot your shot always.
I feel like we were talking about this the other day too. It's like a lot of people who really go far in life, like gotta be somewhat crazy. And like you have to have that little bit of craziness in you to just like go up to people and speak to them.
No,
like
you must be delusional.
I am. Yeah. I know I am. Yeah. Like literally every feature.
We know. We know.
No, every feature I got musically, like it was like dude, like French Montana. I see him at the VMAs. I said, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, "Yo, I like the little rag on the head." Like remember when he was wearing like the towel on the head when he first came out, and he thought it was funny that I just said that. He starts laughing at me. He's like, "Hey, like you funny on Ridiculous." And I was like, "Yo, like let me get your number, blah blah." And then I just fucking blew his ass up, and I was like, "Yo, I need you to get on the song. Da, 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 I need you." And then the song was dope, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like I'm down." And like even with Snoop, you know, like I've told that story a million times. I actually got into an argument with Snoop.
I didn't hear that story.
Okay, well. I'm going to make it shorter than I've ever made it.
Okay.
First time I met Snoop, I got into an argument with him. Not a good situation, very crazy, hectic, but he still, after that, it was like he low-key respected me for like speaking up or whatever, and I still ended up doing a song with Snoop, and he literally said to me the next time I saw him, he's like, yo, you a crazy little white girl, but I fucks with you. And it's like, I think that's why he, you know, did the feature and was like, you know what, I fuck with this girl because he's like, dude, she's crazy. Like the way she just spoke up, he's like, I've never witnessed that. And it's like sometimes just being that out of the box person that's willing to say shit other people won't say, that will get you in the door, you know? That's how I feel.
I don't smoke, but the first time I met Snoop, I was in a movie theater. We were doing a screening for a movie that he was producing or he was in. And there was, I promise you, about 12 blunts in rotation.
Oh my God.
And I'm just there. Passing it along, swear to God. And that was the first time I met him.
Did you, I feel like when there's that many in rotation, you probably just get a second
contact high. Oh,
yeah. You don't smoke, right?
No.
Of course not. There's no way you smoke. You've got more energy than anybody I've ever met.
Maybe that's why. You need to calm
I would be
down.
Worse than you. If I didn't take it. Now, he knows. It's like I am the most energetic person ever. Like when I was 22, I could smoke weed all day. I'd wake up at 7 a.m., go to sleep at 2 a.m., and get back up at 7 a.m. Like just so I have so much energy. It's died down a little bit now that I'm a mom and everything, but
I think it's a little people thing, you know? They got a lot of energy.
He's not little.
I mean, to him.
No.
5'11", I get it.
No, actually. No, so I respect, you're like an actual normal sized person. So I think that I respect the fact that you have a lot of energy. But you notice, so Cat Williams, another person who's small with a ton of energy.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart, ton
small
of energy.
Small people do have a ton. We do. It's
They
like
do.
something, you know, it's like, I think the higher you stretch, the more energy it takes to get up there, you know?
Right. Seems like the math is mathing there.
Yeah. No, but like for real,
we need a research study on this.
I am the like most, and then like I notice like if I don't smoke for a day, I'll be like I know when it's like I'm talking too much because I can see it. I'll see it in his eyes, and I'm like, and then I like think to myself like, dang, I haven't smoked today, have I? like oh my God, that's why I'm like, you know? Like, am I not that way?
Oh yeah, no, she's one of those people like right out of the gate when she wakes up, she's full of energy. Whereas like I'm more of a slow, like a starter. It takes me a little while, you know.
No, you're fired up in the morning too.
Yeah.
I love that. That's I would be like that if I could.
Do you feel like you are more of the type of person that like in the morning you're fired up and then like maybe the energy burns out a little later? Or do you think that you're just like naturally like on 24/7?
No, it never burns out.
Really?
Yeah, it's freaking weird.
That's fire.
Yeah.
I love that.
What's your diet like? You a healthy person?
Yeah, I'm on meal preps. I go to the gym every day. I'm on meal prep. So I'm on that. Sometimes what is it called?
You drink, right?
Yeah.
When we were on the boat, you were drinking.
I get lit, yeah.
But you're also one of those people, I think, because you're naturally so hyper and everything, like, you almost don't notice that you're drunk.
No.
Because I don't remember,
that's
like...
actually a thing. People,
Yeah.
Somebody just told me that right now. I don't know where we were. And she was like, bro, this was the first time hanging out with me. She goes, I expected you to be drunk. I'm like, I was lit. What are you talking about? I was lit. She goes, you were lit. I'm like, yeah. You just never know shit. I'm lit right now.
No, I mean, I haven't drank in a couple years
It's
now.
tequila.
But
it's tequila.
I can't.
No.
I haven't drank in a couple years now, but I'm kind of similar. Like, my personality doesn't really change a whole lot. You know what I mean?
Oh, you stopped drinking?
Yeah, I had to. It was just, it would make me feel like real crappy. Like, I couldn't do it. And then it got to the point where like the way I felt during drinking just wasn't even worth like the fun.
But that's good, bro. You know how to say no. How does that feel?
It's probably feels amazing.
To say no to liquor. I don't know.
Dude, it's, it takes some getting
You just
used
woke
to.
up and said, I'm not drinking. Done.
Well, I got pregnant.
I kept reliving the same thing over and over again.
No, and then I got pregnant and I completely stopped drinking. And then it was like, well, he doesn't even drink like that. So why is he going to drink at all? And then because of that whole 9 months of just not drinking, he just completely was like, I don't care anymore.
That could have been part of it, but it's also like, say you just eat something and you notice immediately after you eat it that you're like dead tired or that your stomach's bloated. And then it happens like 100 times. Eventually, you're going to finally learn and just be like, I just can't do this anymore. So it took years to finally like get to the point where I was ready to be like, okay, like this is it. Every single time I drink, I get this weird pressure in my stomach and I feel like shit. So I just had to stop,
What's crazy is I never used to notice that I get a pressure in my stomach when I drink until he brought it up. And now when I drink, I'm like, oh, why did you ever bring that up? Like, now I notice it, Like, I don't like to drink, like, like, I do like to drink, but, like, not like that, Like, when I was younger, I could drink. But I just feel like, I don't know, it's not worth it. We want to be skinny these days, Want to be skinny, healthy, and
6 feet, yeah.
After the last boat day, she had a rough 24 hours.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know. I don't remember getting off the boat.
You don't remember getting off the boat?
Mm-mm.
Wow. Yep.
He said, wow, yep.
We took you home.
No, I know.
You made it.
No, I woke up in the middle of the night, like, what the heck? When did I go to bed?
Wow.
And then he told me that him and Bowie watched freaking Inside Out without me, and I was all sad about it. I'm like, I wanted to watch Inside Out too. Like, what the heck? Yeah. It was a fun day, though.
You're a bit lit.
Dude, it was a fun day. Like,
that was fun.
I needed a boat day so bad. We all needed it because after that day, we were stuck inside because of the weather for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially over these last like month, that was like the best weather day we had.
Yeah,
it was beautiful.
Perfect. The timing was perfect.
Yeah, the dolphins were just. It was like. I
forgot about the dolphins.
It was like a scene out of a rom-com. You know what I mean? Like,
we had dolphins. This man had his shirt off. Water was just glistening. Like, I don't even never use that.
Was twerking in Tonio's face.
It was like a scene out of fucking, I don't even know, like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, it was a different day.
Yo, also, I just need you to know, so your homegirl who came, I know the one, who looks like Jenna Ortega. I can't, like, it's like now when I look at Jenna Ortega, I see her. I was like, yo, really that's the girl who was on the boat with us. They are twins.
Yo, yeah.
That's crazy.
Jenna Ortega is crazy.
That's so crazy.
Have you seen that new Beetlejuice movie?
I did.
How was it?
I enjoyed it. I seen part 1. I really enjoyed part 2. Part 1 was better though.
Yeah.
Part 1
really?
But it was good.
We just watched the first one because I wanted to like refresh my memory before we get into the second one. So we're,
that's how I always get scared to watch these type of sequels that came out 20 years later. Because I'm like,
it's tough.
The movies from back in the day were just so good. You know what I mean?
Man, Happy Gilmore, from Adam Sandler movies.
Adam Sandler, though, yells a little too much.
Yeah.
I
watch him enough.
I like Adam Sandler, but like when I think of my favorite movies of Adam Sandler, it's 50 First Dates, and Click.
Click. Oh, I forgot about Click.
The two
Click is
movies where he doesn't yell. And I'm like, that's why I think I like it. Because like in other movies, he's like, ah! And I'm like, dude, I don't want to hear you yell every 5 fucking seconds. You're giving me a headache, dude.
He's got
Crazy.
some classics.
Hey, Adam, look, I got no, I'm sorry.
I was like, oh no, shit. Put me in. What's the fucking movie from Netflix? Righteous? No.
You
What's it? The
Uncut
Gems?
Gems.
Uncut Gems.
Uncut Gems.
I
Dude,
still haven't seen that one.
I'm sorry. Like, best movie ever. Worst thing to come of that is Julia Fox. Jesus, can we?
That's right.
Can we just get rid of her? Like, where'd this lady fall from? It's like,
Gems.
yo, but no, speaking about like how movies used to be so great, you know, you're getting into writing and producing, right?
Yeah.
So do you think you want to do more shows, movies, films? Do you want to act or produce more?
I want to, so right now, this is my 5 to 7 year plan. I want to audition for as many things I can. I actually got a movie coming out. It's called Kill Streak. It comes out February or March.
Nice.
It's one of my, it's my first big lead role. That it's called Kill Streak 2025. It's based off a video game that the movie was supposed to come out before, but the making of the game, something happened with whoever they hired and it didn't come out, and the game needed to come out first before the movie. So now the game is ready to come out. Movie Kill Streak 2025. So the next 5 to 7 years, I want to act in as many things as I possibly can. And my 7 to 15 year plan is I want to direct big blockbuster movies, you know, and storytell in that manner, and you know, direct a few movies a day and just go travel and hang out with some OnlyFans girls and you know whatever.
No, that's cool.
I'm playing.
No, that's cool that you have a plan, though. You know, I feel like a lot of people, especially in the social media game, they're, you know, not as well thought out as that. And I think it's really cool that you have like a roadmap of like, this is the direction I want to be headed.
Yeah, I love seeing people go from the social media world to TV and film who deserve it, like Batch. You know what I'm saying?
Batch. Shout out Batch.
He's so funny. Like I did a skit with him one time too, and I'd be having good ideas. We got to make some of these.
Wait, when you shoot with him?
I did a skit.
Was it before me or after?
It was after I did the one with you.
After me?
I came up with the idea too. It was a funny ass skit. The skit was like, you know, whenever you go to cross the street and the car's like, no, you go, and you're like, no, you go, and you're like, no, you go, and I was like, we should just keep going until it's like, no, you go, and so until I'm on the hood of the car, like like, and so like that was the skit we did, and it came out hella funny. But I love seeing, you know, because there's a lot of TikTok and.
Hey, Batch, I just want to let you know, I was the first one to film with Chanel West Coast. And I just want everybody to know that you came after me. You came after me, bitch. You came after me.
Damn. You call me a bitch just because y'all filming a podcast?
Yeah. I just want to let you know that. All right. Yeah. Bye, bitch.
Bye.
All right, okay.
Yo, no, but I love seeing it though when the genuinely funny people break out from social media to that, because it's like there's a lot of people who are funny and like, you know what I'm talking about. These people that are like they're not really funny.
This is when there's a lot of people that think because they have their following they're better than others, right?
Yeah.
It's fucking weird. Like what? And then there's people that wouldn't work with other people because you know your following's like it's insane. Like what? Like. What are you talking about? Like I'm providing this value, you know. When I moved to LA, like all these guys, everybody was in the millions, and I didn't know how could I bring value. I knew they were filming at a park, so I went to the park. And I'm like, yo, if you guys need me to hold the camera or whatever, that's how I met these people. And now while I'm holding the camera, I'm like, yo, why don't you shoot it like this? I think it's better. Now I'm providing value to them. And I found out when they're shooting again, I showed up. I was the first person there, last one to leave. Now I'm reliable. The first person they're gonna think of is me. And that's how I got into their circle. But apart from that, I was like networking and meeting other creators that were very small. I'm like, hey, come to my house. We're gonna do a content party. So I started the content parties in LA, and it got so big. Like there was like at times like 40 people, and that was just wasn't sustainable. So I had to reduce that, you know, because everybody's there or whatever. So, but then, you know, the King Bash, they saw him, they started, you know, they saw what I was doing. And before they knew it, they're at my content parties. I'm at their stuff. And I became a part of the crew, you know, and now I'm in a group chat with Michael B. Jordan. Shout out Michael B.
Nice name drop.
Yeah, Michael B.
No, that's really cool though. Like, so you feel like you were one of the first people that was kind of doing that, like really trying to collaborate.
Yes.
No,
And I
I've
still do.
seen it too. Yeah, because I remember when you hit me up to do a skit, like it was starting to like get big on Instagram then, you know, like the Vine shit was transferring over right at that time. Yeah, I remember you were doing this shit way before some of these other people.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, now they're called TikTok houses now. You know, so it went from content parties to now TikTok houses where these TikTokers all live in, you know, in one place. And
we got to talk about something on that note.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this whole dance cult thing? Did you see the documentary about it?
dance cult?
About those TikTok dancers that like are part of a cult and they like don't allow them to see their family
you
or
gotta
some
watch
shit.
it, dude. So it's basically exactly what you're talking about, except it's like a religion, and like they're all following this.
No,
one
but
guy.
it's not. No, so this is what it is. So this one guy, the head guy or whatever, he basically is like a dad of this one kid who was like a videographer. And so this videographer kid was filming all these TikTokers, like mostly dance TikTokers. And so the dad was like, oh, like, let me manage all of you, right? And the dad happens to also be like a pastor. You haven't heard about this? You've got to watch it. This shit is, I can't, so I follow, if you guys happen to see this, I'm sorry, you know, but I follow y'all. I've been following the two dancers, the one girl and her dude. They're a couple. They're always dancing together. They do like a million things to like videos together. They're like one of those TikTok dance people. They're like, how do you do as many dances? You know what I mean? And in the documentary on Netflix, it's like, they've become this like cult almost. And the guy who like runs it, like they all like do content together at like one place and like, and then it got to a point where like they weren't talking to their families anymore. And they're like extra, like weirdly religious to where they're not talking to their family because, oh, we're dedicated Christians now. And the family's like, yo, like you're not going to come to like the family wedding.
And somehow
like
the dude convinced them that like the next step in their journey to being saved is like abandoning their families.
It's
like he like
crazy.
framing it in a positive way of like, if you really love them, you got to let them go.
But
Like,
he started this like kind of cult by like, oh, I'm going to manage you guys. And I think the reason that everybody got so into it is because they were making such good money.
Of course.
Homeboy was getting them brand deals and all this shit. And so they were just like, F it, we'll just do what he says. And now like the whole documentary is about like the one girl has disassociated with her sister, her mom and dad, doesn't even talk to her. And you go look at their comments now and it's so split. It's like half people that are their supporters and maybe haven't seen the documentary. And then the other half of the comments are
blink
like,
twice if
yeah,
you need help.
yeah. People will be like, blink twice if you need help. Like, tell us where you are and we'll save you. Like, da-da-da. Like, please, like, talk to your family. Da-da-da. And I'm like, yo, this is the wildest thing to see. Like, because I kind of felt like there was some cult-like stuff going on in, like, the TikTok world, but you got to watch this. It's, like, next level.
Where can I find this at?
On Netflix. It's a whole
Oh, it's
documentary.
on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's it called?
I can't remember.
The dance cult.
It's something like that. Well, I'll send it to you, but, like, it's kind of crazy. I'm like, yo, like.
Yeah, I'm very aware of the dance cult. I'm actually not here for me. We got her. Come in. We got it. Yeah, she said it. Go, come. Tell Beyonce we're good.
Tell me on
Meanwhile, Tonio's one of them. He hasn't spoken to his family in 10
She
years.
has no idea who I am. I come out here. Hold on. I'm praying right now.
I'm praying.
We got her.
Wait, that's so
I'm undercover.
Yo, I can't believe you haven't heard about it though. It's like wild.
I'm usually, hip to a lot of things that's happening. I never not heard about that one.
Yeah, it's insane.
That's crazy.
Dude. Yeah.
But anyways, where are we at now? I'm
Yeah,
at
we're
24.
good.
Woo.
Yeah, we did.
Wait, how do we
did
get
the
here?
damn thing? Time.
Wait, we got to
flies.
talk about your music though too.
Yes.
Yes. One thing I was very surprised about when we were on our boat day is your music's really
Thank
good.
you.
Man.
It's fire.
It's
Thank
like
you.
that exact type of just energetic dance, like feel good, and also has like that swag to it. It's
Yeah,
it's really good.
I had to find my lane. I'm not rapping about guns and pull up to your block, plop, plop. Like, ain't nobody gonna believe that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like to make that type of music. Genre I'm with,
You
hip
should be
hop,
like, the only thing I'm shooting up is your veins if I need to be your part-time nurse.
Yeah, I should talk about that.
I'm just
Only
kidding.
thing I shot up was the vein. No. I got a new song coming out. It's actually coming out on the 17th. It's called Kitty. Kitty. I sampled Donald Trump's they're eating the dogs and eating the cats.
Eat the cat.
And in Spanish, I'm saying, yo no como perro, pero yo soy como kitty. I don't eat dog, but I eat cat. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I made a song about that. So that was coming out on the 17th. By the time this airs, it should already be out. So just, guys, look for Kitty, Kitty.
Love it.
Yo,
I'm gonna have to
I
tell.
heard it. It's great.
Yo, it's a great song. My DJ, my tour DJ, her name's DJ Kitty. So I'm gonna tell her she gotta drop it for you.
Yes.
She's on my TV show too. Yeah.
Let's show DJ Kitty. Run that, Kitty.
Yeah, she's gonna love it. I'm gonna send it to her.
What you doing later, Kitty? I'm very demure right now.
He's a
Very
very demure, very mindful. Is that what that means?
Demure?
You have
No,
to
demure
watch
means
the-
shy. Shy, like.
No, I don't think that's what it means.
Yes, oh, no. Dom, let me find out I got something over you. Hold on, Dom. We're gonna oh, you know what?
Because I'm
Have
trying
you
to
heard
find
about
out if I'm...
ChatGPT's new thing? Wait, what?
No,
what?
wait. I'm trying to find out because...
Can you tell me what demure means? Define demure.
Demure refers to someone, especially a woman, who is reserved, modest, and shy in their behavior or appearance. It's often used to describe a kind of quiet, understated elegance.
Can you repeat that, but say it in a French accent?
Demure refers to someone, especially a woman, who is reserved, modest, and shy in their behavior or appearance.
We're in the
It's
future,
often
folks.
used to describe a kind of quiet, understated elegance.
Thank you. Can you repeat that, but in a German accent?
Demure refers to someone, especially a woman, who is reserved.
Welcome to the future.
That's crazy.
That's ChatGPT.
That's insane.
Okay, so this is now... Can we ask it one more question?
You can ask whatever you want.
What's the definition of the brat thing? Because I'm trying to figure out if I'm more demure
what?
or more brat. So this was like a whole thing. Maybe this is more of like a girl space. But this past summer, it was like, is it a brat summer or a demure summer? And I'm like, I think I'm a little both. Like, I'm just trying to figure out if I'm more demure or
She's
more
not
brat.
gonna know.
Can you define what brat is, or being brat, or acting brat?
A brat is typically someone, often a child, who is perceived as being spoiled, demanding, or difficult to manage. When someone is being bratty or acting like a brat, they are behaving in a stubborn, immature, or obnoxious manner, often showing a lack of consideration for others.
I guess I could be a little bratty.
Do you think Chanel West
It was
Coast
a bratty summer.
from the show Ridiculousness is bratty?
Chanel West Coast, known for her role on Ridiculousness, has a vibrant and outgoing personality, which some might interpret as bratty because of her confidence and outspoken behavior. However, whether someone sees her as bratty or not can be pretty subjective.
What just happened?
Dude, that is, but that's me though. Like, how does this robot know me better than like I know myself?
The next 2-3 years, we're just gonna be at home just talking to our robots and just. We're in the future right now.
Dude,
All I'm saying is we got to make sure we're friends with Will Smith. If you ever saw iRobot, we need to stand behind Will Smith. Hey, Will, he's someone I want to meet too. I have every opportunity. I missed it.
I love
missed
Will
him.
Smith. I like Jada too. I think she's dope.
I'm really good friends with her brother, Caleb.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
sick.
When they come out here, they always hit me up.
Will Smith has this quote, and I should probably, can we ask ChatGPT what the quote is? Ask, what is the quote Will Smith says about always thinking of yourself as an A-list actor?
Can you find me the quote Will Smith says about always thinking as yourself as an A-list actor?
Will Smith has spoken about his mindset and confidence throughout his career, but I can't provide an exact quote about him thinking of himself as an A-list actor. However, he's often emphasized the importance of believing in yourself and having a strong work ethic. If you're looking for an inspirational quote, one of his famous lines is, "The first step is you have to say that you can."
Okay, well, that's great, but it's not the quote.
You got a Mandela effect going on.
Yeah,
He
for
probably
sure.
never even said it.
No,
Mandela
I'm
effect.
telling you, it's a quote, but it's basically like, he says, like, I always thought in my head, I'm a A-list actor, when he was doing like, you know, dusty little roles, and he's like, and people were like basically like, no, you're not. And he goes, but I just thought in my head, I'm an A-list actor until I became an A-list actor. And that's what I love about Will Smith. I feel like he's like, that's so me in a nutshell, is like, I've always believed in myself to an extra extent. Like, I never had people around me supporting me. I felt like it was just little haters all around me. And I always believed in myself so much. And I literally, in my head, when I was 17, I was like, I'm going to be the biggest artist. I'm going to be the biggest something, you know? Have I got fully to the biggest yet? Not yet, but we real
I get
close.
that. 'Cause I
you know?
believe I'm going to be 6 feet one day, so.
You will. You just got the shoes.
6'2", bitch, watch. 6'2" coming soon.
Yo, but no, like that's.
Loading.
I think Will Smith embodies a lot of like what we all do here is like just like believing so much in yourself and just having that like just like almost crazy delusional belief that nothing can stop you. And like look at Will Smith, like he was like that, you know, that was his whole thing. And yeah, I feel like
super inspiring.
one day we're gonna be up there on top of Will Smith and you're not even gonna have to say like I want to, you know, meet Will Smith or be his friend.
I still want to meet you, sir.
He's gonna be calling you like, Tonio, come on.
Yes, call me. Oh man.
No, but also we were just talking about the future. Wait, what were we talking about? Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you. So are you a fan of all this like AI stuff? Like, have you like on you know, Facebook and Instagram, they'll be like, oh, like try out AI with your voice. Have you done all that?
I'm a tech geek. I'm a fan of all of it. But just like anything else, you know, the abuse of anything is going to be bad. You know, too much of anything is going to be bad. But I'm a fan of it. I'm excited. I'm so excited about what the future is. I honestly don't think I'm crazy, but like if I make it to like 80 something, 90, I want to freeze myself. You know what I'm saying? And then thaw me out when the technology is available, because I want to be in the year 3100. Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll see my ops' grandchildren pop. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you thought you got away? Nah, your great-great-grand pop. But I really want to. I want to see what the future looks like. And I think like this. Like, imagine the people in the 1800s. You know how they thought what the future would be like. You know, and you know here we are with into this technology, and you got shit flying in the air, and I just like. It's what's going to be like, you know?
Yeah, people are doing it. People are already trying it. I know that.
I just feel like you have to embrace it and adapt it so you don't become... I feel like you'll know when you're old, when you're dealing with a device and you're like, how do you do this? And the kids are like, boop, 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 boop. That's when, so don't let that happen, you know? When
I
you
don't
got
want
holograms
to.
And your daughter's like... Boop, boop, boop.
But I'm scared of AI just a little bit. Like, I feel like I've never, like, on, you know, Instagram or whatever, anything that asked me to put my voice in AI, I said no. Because when y'all come and try to kill me for something, you're not going to make a fake me. Like, you know what I mean?
Your voice is already out there. You're done. You've been done. I can get an AI right now to replicate your voice and
do you
do
think
a rap
that
song.
will talk like me, the ChatGPT?
But she can accurately talk. Like, I asked her to talk in Spanish. I'm like, talk like you're from Puerto Rico. The native, like, what are you? I mean, you're not there. Anyways. I'm just talking to Will Smith. But, like, but you wouldn't understand it. Like, where you from? Where are you from?
I'm from California, bro.
You're from California? Oh, let's see. Okay. Can you tell me what the weather's like in Miami? But say it in a California accent. Mainly from, like, North Hollywood or the Valley.
Sure. Like, the weather in Miami is typically super warm and humid, you know? It's like totally sunny most of the time, with temperatures often in the 80s or even the 90s. So, like, perfect beach weather for sure.
Crazy.
Okay, can you tell me the same thing but with a Miami accent from a girl from Hialeah?
Of course. So, in Miami, the weather is usually real hot and humid, you know? It's like super sunny most of the time, with temperatures often in the 80s or even the 90s. Perfecto para la playa, ¿oíste?
That's
crazy.
crazy.
I'm telling you, this is crazy.
Someone's going to call that racist. I don't know.
Welcome. Someone's going to be offended by it.
Find a way to complain about it.
That's not how we are.
At the end of the day, that was a white lady who recorded it, and she should not. It is cultural appropriation for the white lady who recorded the ChatGPT voice to be doing all these accents.
There's gonna be someone there.
Because you are a single bachelor.
I'm a what?
You're a bachelor.
I'm single.
Single.
Oh yeah, I'm single. You said what? Single, right? Single. Yeah, I'm single.
Could you ever see yourself as the actual bachelor on the show?
Oh, like a dating show?
Yeah.
You should do like a comedic bachelor. That would be great.
Oh, you be having some ideas. You know, I was offered a dating show from Lemmy and Zeus but back in like 2017. But I was in a relationship with the girl that we found out she was in the club with the dude in her breast. So I had to turn it down. I'm like, I'm on a dating show, baby. You understand this? I'm just going on a date show. I'm going to act like I'm single, meet some 12 girls, probably sleep with them, but it's all... It's all acting. That wasn't gonna work.
So we have a friend that's done the dating shows, and there's people really doing that.
They really sleep with
No, they really are in relationships and be like, oh, I'm just gonna go pretend.
Oh, I saw one of those guys from Love Is Blind season 6.
Oh,
he was in a relationship. He didn't make it to the end, but anyways.
Oh wait, that guy. Wait, yeah. What guy was that?
I think I remember now.
Yeah.
He had like a whole family or something, didn't he?
Yeah. But I don't really watch that. But shout out to Troy. What was his name? Troy.
I don't know.
You don't watch Love Is Blind?
No. Well, I saw season 6, so.
Well, keep going with what you're saying.
You haven't seen the new season yet?
No.
Oh my God, you need to.
Really?
There's
I
just
heard about this guy who keeps saying like, yeah, because they want me because of my money. They want me because of my.
Oh my God.
The art dealer.
Dude.
The art dealer. Yeah.
Dude, I love how he just drops that, and I'm like, and you can see there's this one girl, and like the look on her face is like, what did he say? Money?
Oh, man. Yeah, some of the delusion of some of these people is just amazing.
Man. What about the girl that looks like Megan Fox?
That was on the last season. Oh my God, we just. You know what? But like that whole thing really hurt my soul. You know why? Because listen, like we don't know where she lives. She might live in a small town, and like here's the deal. Some people saw her and really saw Megan Fox, and people actually told her, "You look like Megan Fox." And so it's not like she just like made this up. It's like some freaking idiots who like.
I don't think that was the big issue, right? This is a show called Love Is Blind. Why are you divulging anyone into that information that you may have looked like Megan Fox? Like, you cheating the system. You know, had she not said that, the outcome would have been so different.
It's because she knew her. Yes, it's because she knew what her competition was, so she was like, "I gotta slide this."
Yeah, well, we love you though. We love you, girl.
Yeah.
Yo, no, but the funniest about it though, have you seen there's a girl who made a TikTok, and she said, "You guys." You remember I showed you? She said, she does look like Megan Fox. It's just on the wrong head. And so she takes the girl from Love Is Blind's like eyes, nose, and lips, face, and or was it that she and then she takes it and she puts that little part of the face and she puts it on Jay Leno's head. And it was Megan Fox's face on Jay Leno's head, and it looks identical.
Oh my God.
To the girl, and she's like, look, see, it really does look like her, just with a different chin. It's wild.
Anyway, shout out to you because she follows me. So yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, sick. That's cool.
Now I feel bad.
No.
I feel bad, but you know we have the same name.
That's
My first name is
TV.
Chelsea. Shout out to her. You know.
Hey Chelsea, what up?
You know,
That's
but
TV for you though, because you already know that was just one like little moment in hours of conversation that they plucked out and were like, boom.
oh, that's how TV is. You know what I mean? Like it's so wild how you can like say like a whole freaking speech and they'll take this one sentence from that where it was like the dumbest thing you said, and it's like, why is she talking about that? And it's like, no, I said a whole entire like hour-long speech. You just didn't see it, you know? Like TV editing, especially on the Love and Hip Hops of the world, they will do you dirty. I have seen my words go from the beginning of one sentence and my words from the end of another sentence pieced together, I swear, to make me like say something different. And I'm like, that's insane.
Damn.
She's like, that's insane. And then I watched the show, she did it to me. I love boys. What? Chanel, what?
Yo, no, we would never. But that's what I think though is also great about being content creator that's independent. Like, you know, I think obviously getting into developing your own content, like definitely the way to go. But I'm not going to lie. Coming from corporate media, sometimes I'm a little envious of my content creator friends who could just do whatever they want and there's nobody editing down what you do and only showing one piece of you. Like, dude, in our show, we had the funniest moments and like a lot of them did not make it into the show. And I'm like, dude, y'all don't know what like is funny. Like, I don't know how to explain that,
Listen,
you know?
You know, one of my secrets on Wildin' Out, make really good friends with the editor.
Yeah. They hide them from us.
Find out who the editor is.
Right.
Yeah.
I bet you your content's going to change.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I heard that. But that's, you know, shout out to being an independent content creator because it's amazing to be able to make your own content, do whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it, fully be yourself. You know, you said you're borderline. You said I'm on the border of getting canceled. Like you could do that and you don't have to worry about being fired or like whatever, you know? And I think that that's a beautiful thing, like being able to do it all independently from comedy to acting to music. Like, you're in such a great space, and I wanted to give you a shout out for that and let you know that. Because, you know, I've been on TV for a long time, and I think a lot of people, they'll be like, dang, like, I'm trying to get to there. And it's like, yo, like, being on TV is amazing. Like, I am so grateful for all of it. But I do genuinely feel like there is this sense of freedom and independence that comes with just being a content creator where you don't got to listen to anybody. And I feel like you are, like, executing on the finest level. You know what I mean? Like, you're out here just, like, putting out whatever, not caring who
living my life
or what happens. You know what I mean? Like, so it's dope.
Yeah, man.
Thank
That's
you.
what it's all about. Freedom. Straight up.
Yeah.
Creative freedom.
Hey, Dom, tell us what you really feel. You said freedom? Let's talk about freedom, Dom.
Hey, I love freedom.
Do you feel trapped? Blink, Dom. Dom, blink. If you need help. Is
You guys are annoying.
that's the sign, right? It's like I don't know.
No, he doesn't need any help. No, I'm just kidding. Watch him like a psycho killer. It's like cue me like with a little knife like Chucky, like.
Watch later, Dom's gonna help. He's gonna text me. Hey, so yeah, I do need that freedom.
So about that freedom.
Yeah, it's about that freedom. Yeah.
About that freedom, come pick me up in 5 minutes. She's asleep. I just put the pillows under the blanket. Let's go. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, Tonio,
Yeah.
you are the best.
Yeah,
I'm so happy that we had you as a guest today. We got to get on a song together. We got to do some funny skits together. And everybody watching, you guys need to go check out all of his content. Like, you will laugh your ass off. Go follow him now, Tonio Skits. Is it Tonio Skits on every platform?
Everything.
Yep.
Tonio Skits.
Every platform, Tonio Skits.
Even
Guys-
Snapchat. I got a show on Snapchat.
Nice.
I really do.
Do we get any news?
It's a red flag for a guy to have Snapchat, but I haven't for work purposes. Like, I don't be snapping nobody. Like, I don't snap.
He's letting you guys know, because remember, this is an eligible bachelor, ladies. He wants y'all to know that the Snapchat show is the Snapchat's strictly for the show.
The
That's all he's
nudes,
doing. It's
they're
work.
classy.
Do you think Diddy has Snapchat?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
All right, because I don't think Diddy and Snapchat really, like, that's a problem. Yeah.
Those
Anyways,
pictures
yeah.
are looking slippery.
So, and on that note, let's slide out of here.
And on that note, we're going to just diddle our way out.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of The Laugh.
Yeah.
Tonio,
Thank you.
man.
Tonio really brought the laughs more than ever. We're probably going to have him on another episode, so stay tuned.
I'm here. Bye.